Hello, welcome to Pirate Readings. I'm Lady J, and if this sign is your sun, moon, or rising, this is your reading. And I really want to thank you all for your likes, shares, and subscribes. You all matter so much to me. Thank you. And if this particular reading resonates with you, I would love for you to consider subscribing to the channel. So Capricorn, let's go ahead and get into the reading about October 5th through the 11th. I have the 3 cards in front of me from the overview video. I have a guiding card for you for the month. We're talking about the 8 of Swords. And the 8 of Swords in this deck is kind of fun. It shows the lady B, absolutely dominating and being and owning her power, and I love that. What's interesting is that this is the 8 of Swords. It's always about us having to fight for it, right? Having to fight to be heard. We're feeling stuck in our power and all that good stuff. And this one represents the aftermath, when we've told the boss what we want to do. We've made it into a package deal where it looks like it's their idea, and they're super excited about it. They're like, yes, let's go with it. So indeed, this is a really fun card that's showing the fact that they've put you in charge of whatever you wanted to do, and I like that. It's really quite glorious if you look at her. She's on her throne, she's surrounded by her power, and she looks glorious. Beautiful. So I just wanted to share that with you that way. There's a lot to be said about that for you, Capricorn, about being a person who will, if you're feeling stuck at all during this particular month, you're going to use your ability to persuade, to share ideas with people so that they feel a little bit like they're the ones who are involved, or maybe came up with a plan on their own, and then presto chango, they'll be on board with your plan. Awesome! That's exactly what we're going for, okay? Because once they get on board with it, they're going to put you in charge of it because they don't really know what it's about, right? So that's nice. Couple of guiding messages for you from my better angels. My better angels are telling us that for the month of October, it's really important that we take the higher ground with neighbors, relatives, friends, when we're feeling like we're getting that nails on the chalkboard, the glass shattered, and we can't unsee something that starts to bother us, and we're like, or you know, those things that bug us, that make us crazy. And we want to find our way through those by finding a way back to compassion, because let's face it, we all have little isms and whatnots that we do that make other people nuts. But if other people, if they don't want to talk to us about what happened or what it is, or what bugs them, then we will need to come up with a story that will kind of calm us down. This is a private story you tell yourself. It isn't something you'll publicize or tell anybody else. But like I like to talk about the neighbor who walks by with his dog and never picks up the poop when the dog does his business. And you're like, what's going on with that guy? But you can make up a story that helps you get to the other side of it without having to be all up in the business of it, right? You don't have to confront him or talk to him. He's big and scary. But if you tell yourself something like a story that he hurt his back and he can't touch his toes when he's standing, and that's why he never bends over to pick up that dog poop, then you're like, oh, okay, well, you know, I can do that guy a solid. I can do that. And you're into a place of being in the solution, but also into compassion for the fellow who can't handle the business on his own. So it's good. I really like this. I think it's a benefit, and I think that you'll find your way in other situations where you can make up a story that clarifies why people do goofy things, and puts you in a place of compassion where you're willing to do your part without having it be a big deal. Okay? And that's kind of cool. The other message from my better angels is all about projects in October. So in October, we want to be sure that we can go from start to finish on our projects, so that if it's a week-long project during the week, we want to make sure all the tools are put away and that we can have a relaxing weekend, even if the project isn't quite done yet or whatever. Just clean it up and be ready to go for the weekend, right? Now, if you're a weekend warrior, then you're likewise going to do the project on Saturday and Sunday, clean up all your tools, whether it's complete or not, and make it a livable space with all your tools and junk away for the week. The work week should be calm and mellow, where you might walk through plastic and tape, but that's it. You aren't going to leave your buckets and your paintbrushes and your pans around. All that's going to be cleaned up and out of the way, because there will certainly be an accident of some sort in the month of October if you don't put that stuff away, okay? Trust me, it's easier to just bring it back out than to clean up a huge paint spill. All right, so be aware of that and take good care, all right? It's a good idea. So let's go ahead and get into the cards, all right? So we have the 3 cards from the overview video as before. Let's get you a mystery card. All right, so we have this beautiful Mythic Tarot. We're going to grab a card for you, Capricorn. What's up here? There it is. All right, so we'll set these aside. And we're going to set that one right there. Cool. Now then, we'll use this wonderful Tarot of the Abyss to go a little deeper on this reading, all right? So, let's get more information about the week of the 5th through the 11th, all right? So, Knight of Wands. Fighting for your ideas, wanting to be heard, wanting to be appreciated, wanting to be right. Some of you, that's an issue. Some of you, not so much. But in this situation, you have a point of view that needs to be expressed. You want to be heard on the issue at hand. So don't let other people put you in the corner, so to speak, but definitely find a way to get your point of view across, and it will help you move forward in the mix. All right? Cool. So the other next card down is the King of Swords. There's the King of Swords. He's a gentleman who's very particular about how he likes things done. It feels to me like you're definitely wanting to be heard by this guy. So you're like, hey, you need to listen to me. I would like you to hear my idea. Ooh, this could be very much the 8 of Swords, right? Where you're wanting to share your idea with this guy. Not necessarily for power, but you're definitely needing to get your point across. You might use the same method with the old 5% of him mixed in. His aesthetic is in requirements. And then, but your idea could still be sold, right? It could still go well with this person. He's particular, but you might be able to appeal to those, right? Ooh, and the King of Wands. Another gentleman who is of like mind might be there holding your hand, or so to speak, standing behind you in the moment and on board with your plans, gets what you're into. So these are the 2 people you want to definitely convince that you have great ideas and good information. So pay attention and share your ideas and see how it goes, all right? Let's see how they respond, eh? What's blocking you, huh? We have the King of Wands. Oh, look. 1 minute he's a supporter. The next minute he's going to naysay you. So I feel like he's not as on board as he says he is. So he may find reasons where there's faults in your ideas. If you can, I would say talk to this person and run it through solo, so that you can say, show me the flaws in my idea so that I can work them out before I present them to the picky man. All right? I think that that's a smart plan. If you know in advance that he's going to be a naysayer in the end, or a blocker, then you can absolutely work him out first and have him talk it through with you, so that you can like have all those things worked out before it goes into play. And then maybe he'll not be here naysaying you, which would be awesome. You're also blocked from having free money come your way, so there's no extra cash coming in at this time. If you're running short or running tight, keep it tight, okay? Don't get crazy with your spending. Don't add extra stuff if you don't know that there's more coming in. No new bills, right? We don't need to get new bills. We just need to be savvy and smart about what's happening, okay? All right, so very good. The next card down, we're talking about what else is blocking you. Your judgment is a little off, okay? So you're not having very good judgment. I feel like Okay, maybe this guy here, maybe the King of Wands, is going to end up being a person who wants to take your idea for his own, or will in some way push you out of the way in some way. So one minute he's a friend, and next minute he's an enemy. So basically he's a frenemy. Be careful about your frenemy, okay? Maybe the idea then for you is just to bypass this guy and move on to this guy, right? I don't know. There's some questions here, but I would say that this is an opportunity for you, but your judgment is off. So if your judgment is off, you're going to be making poor decisions this week. And I want you to think about it a little bit longer, even though you're really chomping at the bit to share your ideas. I want you to be careful about what you're doing. Let's get into the solutions, hey? The solution for you is to know that you have all the tools at your disposal. You can make things happen. You just need to be very savvy and careful about who you share it with and what you're doing. Yeah, get busy, do what you want, and become what you want. But don't, I feel like putting your eggs in this person's basket, thinking that they're going to help you out. I don't, I'm getting a bad feeling about this. There you go, there's that line. But they're giving me some less than friendly vibes, okay? I'm definitely getting frenemy vibes. You know, they smile to your face and then they stab you in the back, okay? So be careful, all right? The Page of Cups is showing up here, showing that remembering experiences from past relationships is going to be really important at this time. I think that you've had some experiences similar to this before, where you had other people being a little cutthroat and a little bit crazy. And the goal for you is to stay savvy and careful about what you're doing, so you don't end up getting dismissed or pushed aside or downplayed, because I think this person talks crap about you when you're to the boss, so that you won't get the credit you will deserve. So that's interesting. Pay attention, all right? But you've had experiences like this before. Try and do something different this time, okay? Do something different so that you don't end up in a pickle, all right? Cool. I'd love it if you just talked to him and brainstormed it with him and found the various flaws with him and then worked through those flaws and come back with the true answer. And then it's all about you and him talking, and this guy finds out about it later, maybe, right? Doesn't have to be something that you share with your bud, so to speak. All right? Very cool. Justice is coming. Justice is the answer. What is intended and what is supposed to be happening and will be more fair will be taking place at this time. This is super cool and super perfect. It speaks to how you are indeed in a position to like really handle the business here, okay? And I love that. This is great. So you are indeed able to, everything swings into balance the way it's supposed to be. Everything is getting right, you know? You weren't able to see with good judgment, so your judgment was blocked, but we're getting into a place where fairness comes back to play, even as you step into your power, and that's wonderful. Love, love, love that. Remembering lessons is good. Judgment still may be off, but fairness will come to play, and I love that. Yay. Excellent. Right on. Okay, so let's get you a Moon Oracle card. It'll help add to this situation. Oh, that's the one right there. All right. Celestial. Yep. When you're feeling uncomfortable or uncertain or nervous or whatever, your best course of action, your best place to meditate, your best place to be is outside at night, staring up at the sky. Something about you and the planets and the stars like to commune. You enjoy being a part of that. You enjoy being under the stars, appreciating what's out there. If only to, whether you believe in anything else is out there or not is irrelevant. but there's comfort in that vastness for you. You feel comfortable looking at it and knowing that it's out there and that it's beautiful and amazing and mysterious, all of it. You enjoy that. It gives you great comfort, and I want you to get there and go do that, especially this week while everything's feeling a little intense. Go out and meditate with the stars. That will help you feel more comfortable, more grounded. Interesting that something so far away would make you feel more grounded. Remember that we are all made of stardust, ultimately, and it's a good thing, not a bad thing. Our connection to it isn't false. It's intended. And the more we feel connected to it, the better we treat the one little star we're on. And that's really cool. I think it's really important that we take good care of this little planet thing we're on. Okay, moving on. Commercial over. Whoop. Let's get that mystery card. Seven of Pentacles. Da, da, da. You have enough money to take care of yourself and a little extra to play with. So don't be alarmed about what's going on around you and the fact that you aren't getting any new raises coming up right now. I think this guy's going to talk anyone out of giving you a raise. That sucks. So, yeah, I would totally bypass this guy if you can, because he's a pain in the nards. But things will come into balance, right? Things are going to get more fair. Very good news. Excellent. So do be aware you have enough money right now to take care of yourself. Well done. Do the work, and you should be just fine. All right? Excellent. Very good. You need a pocket full of rocks. All right. Okay, we have red garnet, we have black obsidian, and we have turquoise. All right. So black obsidian is really cool because it's a first chakra stone, and it works in your auric field, the bubble of energy around you, and it helps to suck up negativity that's coming towards you, people who want to throw stones or act inappropriately or talk smack, shall we say, like our buddy here, who's going to do that right there. All that stuff is going to be reflected off of you and like won't even come close to you, okay? So which is pretty cool. It absorbs the negativity and it won't ever come into your heart, so you won't be acting like a person who's been talked smack about, which is good news because you can't act like you know. He's out there talking smack about you. You just have to let it be what it is. He's going to dig his own grave, all right? Now then, the red garnet is here, and it is a beautiful second chakra stone. It is wonderful because it reminds you to pay attention to your physical body this week. We want you to know and understand how you're feeling, what your body is doing. Give it a old body scan, right? And if anything feels a little wonky or uncomfortable or whatever, you might want to go and see an actual doctor. So make your appointments, do your thing, pay attention, get some blood work done, and make sure that you're on point, all right? Because that's important. We want to make sure that your blood is getting taken care of in all the right ways and that you're healthy and right and proper, all right? Cool. So like I said, I am not a doctor. But if you feel funny, go see a real doctor. I am not a doctor. Nope, not a doctor. Feel your body and go get a doctor. Okay? Just saying. Cool. This stone here is turquoise, and I put it on the 6th chakra, your third eye. You know why? Because the Native Americans treat this the way the rest of us all treat amethyst, and it is for them a way to reach their ancestors and commune with their ancestors and their guides and their angels, right? So when you meditate with turquoise on your third eye, you can have conversations with your ancestors who've passed, you know? And it doesn't always have to be the ones who are far, far away or long, long ago. This could be ones who've passed in the last few years, so, or even just any time during your lifetime. So if you've wanted to get closer to those who've passed, this is a way to do that, okay? And I love that for you, all right? This is very, very beautiful. Love these stones. I want you to feel that closeness and that comfort, especially if at this time you're feeling a little unclear. It's going to help you get clear, okay? Very nice. I'm going to leave those stones right here. Nice. All right. Capricorn, my goodness, what a week you're having. I know there's a little fussy stuff with work, but it looks like by the end of the week it's going to be all like, okay. And fairness will be in play. And I think we don't give this guy enough credit. He's picky enough that he, honest to God, can see and tell when people are blowing smoke where they don't belong, right? And if your buddy is a smoke blower to try and get credit, or even a mean smoke blower to try and discredit you, he's going to see it, he's going to know, and he's going to understand. I'm like, that guy's totally jelly and acting like a jerk. Okay, cool. Interesting. Or he'll look to verify the information and it won't have as much import as it came across. It'll be taken out of context in some way. And he'll be like, huh, interesting. Interesting way to wrap that one up and make it look bad. Okay, so don't worry. All the fairness will take place and everything is going to come out in the wash. But you have to keep doing your work and doing your thing, okay? Very good. Love that for you. All right, so you don't have to carry those rocks if you don't want to. You can carry any rocks you like. Whatever you decide to carry, and if you want to talk about it, comment below. Let me know what you got and how it's going for you, and I'll have a little conversation with you about that. I'm into that. The other thing to know is that if you look in the description box below, there's all kinds of cool stuff. You can find all the decks that I'm using, so you can go and get them on Amazon or Etsy, which is super cool. The other thing you'll find down there is my whole schedule, where I'll be in the country and at what fair, so that you can come out to a Renaissance fair and get an in-person reading from me, and that would be so fun. If you can't make it out to the fair, I totally get it. There's also a link where you can schedule private readings over the phone, and I'm here for you for that during the week, and I do hope that you'll give it a look-see and come on out. All right? Thank you again for your likes, shares, and subscribes. You all matter to me. It's getting so close to 1,000. What? I know. If you haven't already, that'd be really great. Thank you. And we will talk to you next week about the 12th through the 18th. Thanks so much.